All right, hey everybody, this is Natalie with Vibe Wisely, and today we're going to be talking about ego. This is actually going to be a 2-video series. In the first video today, we're going to be talking about what ego is. We're going to talk about some of the misconceptions about ego and how this completely affects your life and your growth as a person. And then in the second video, we're going to be talking about creating an alter ego, how you can do that, what it can do for you, etc. So I am super excited about this because I've been having so many conversations with people recently about ego and what ego means and how this affects you. And for starters, a lot of us, when we think about ego, we automatically think of it being oh, that person has a big ego. And I mean, I know my whole life, that's kind of what I thought ego was until I started doing some research and really uncovering really what ego is and how it affects us in our day-to-day life. So ego is far more than thinking someone is cocky or full of themselves. It affects us in every aspect of our lives, and it really, what it can do is it can keep us from growing as a person. So when you think about ego is that voice inside of your head. It is that voice of doubt. It is that voice of insecurity. It's that voice that can really show its face in situations that you may be trying something new, or you feel a little bit uncomfortable about, or a conversation that you are a little bit anxious about. So I'll give you a couple examples of how ego can show up. So let's say you're in a company meeting and everybody's talking about something. You really want to add to it. You really want to provide value and add your value, your input. But before you go to say something, that voice in your head pops in and it's oh, what if I say something stupid? What if nobody likes it? First of all, that's ego. That's ego because A, it's putting that doubt in you and it's making you doubt yourself. And B, it's also seeking external validation from other people. Ego shows up in any time that we are trying to break that mold and experience something that we're not familiar with. So when you think about ego, this is what I want you to think about. So I'm going to scoot back a little bit. Picture ego, picture yourself. Let's say you're in a container, okay, like a cage, all right? You're in a cube, you're in a cage. And within the environment of this is, and the atmosphere, this is ego, all right? So ego knows everything. It can control everything. It's familiar with everything inside of that box. So the moment that you're in a situation where you're going to try something new or voice something or, the example with being in a meeting, express yourself, what's happening is the ego is going to put that idea in your head and it's going to plant that seed of doubt in your head. And why it does that is because, the ego likes to be in control and it likes to keep you in a box and it likes to keep you somewhere safe. And the ego likes to know everything. It likes to know the pain and it likes to know the outcome of everything. So anytime that you're in a situation where you get those feelings of doubt or you're feeling uncomfortable about something, this is a fantastic opportunity for growth. And this is why. So you're in this container and you're in this situation where you're feeling super uncomfortable about something, trying something new, starting a business, an opportunity, and that doubt comes into your head. Well, when you're able to get past that doubt and do it, experience it, try that thing that you want to do, it's going to break the mold of what the ego has, that container that you're in. And as you break that mold, that's where you experience growth. A lot of people throw around this phrase, get comfortable being uncomfortable. Really what that means is that means get comfortable breaking the mold of your ego. Because in that uncomfortable situation, when you're able to move past that, you're making that container bigger. And guess what that means? More possibilities, more opportunities in your new container now. And you're going to keep breaking it and you're going to keep growing as a person. But if you listen to that ego, if you listen to that voice inside your head that tells you not to do it, that instills that fear, that makes you feel afraid, you're never going to grow as a person. You're never going to break through the grip that ego has on you. So that's ego, super important. Being in the grips of that ego is really just going to keep you chained to where you're at, and you're not going to experience growth. So that's what I wanted everyone to understand, how important it is to move through and work through those feelings. And so part 2 to the series is going to be creating an alter ego, and that is going to be fantastic if you want to learn how to kind of like change that voice in your head and make it something that's going to be like more productive for you and empowering. So that's going to be part 2 of the series. So I want you to leave a comment below if you experience ego, how ego shows up for you. And please also look out for video 2. I'm going to be releasing that here probably in the next couple days, like I said. And I really look forward to hearing from everyone. And I hope that you guys have a fantastic weekend.